The Beirut Marathon Association. Run for change, run for hope, run just to run.
A rainy night and morning in the city of Beirut that is well known for its vibrant nightlife and will soon become transformed into a marathon course for the 10th edition of the Beirut Marathon. The heavy downpours have made the pre-dawn preparations difficult for the Beirut Marathon team, who have been on the ground all night. This Middle Eastern city is getting ready for a running revolution. The international elite field for this year's race is comprised of 12 men, 6 women and 5 pacemakers. The 42k course today will take us through the city and beyond to the northern suburbs of Borj Hamoud and Antillas before heading back. The course starts out flat and gradually gets a little hilly, with slight inclinations around the 15-kilometre marker before Horsh Beirut. Then continues flat to the 21-kilometre mark, where it continues past the Beirut River through to Borj Hamoud. Continues on a flat course back to the Ashrafiyeh neighbourhood and on to the finish line at Beirut's Martyr Square. There has been a gradual increase in the number of actual marathon runners since the first race was run in Beirut 10 years ago. More and more people are getting hooked on distance running. At the start line, May El Khalil, president of the Beirut Marathon Association, is encouraging all runners on this rainy morning.
Hello, this is Beirut. It's November, it's raining, but it's going to be a beautiful day. Don't give up, keep up your positive attitude. We're here to challenge ourselves. We're here to break a negative, aren't we? Yay!
The wheelchair participants will be the first out this morning. Edward Malouf, who won bronze at the Beijing Paralympics, is here. And the hand cycle and the rim chair race is off. The first race of the day is well underway now, as we see the marathon runners eagerly awaiting the start of their race. This is the most exciting part of the day. And the marathon runners are off on their 42.195 kilometre journey. The weather is getting more severe as heavy rains are coupled with hailstorms, and the participants are still moving forward. The runners at this stage are starting to form packs with their pacers and their running partners. We just saw Fernando Cabada Jr. from the US, and from Kenya, James Rotich. And in another pack is Mary El Am, the current Lebanese women's record holder for this course. Here is the United Nations team forming into a pack on the seaside Corniche. The elite athlete pack at this point of the race seems to be led by Fekadu and Cabada, who seem to be maintaining a steady pace with the rest of the pack. The weather at this point seems to be helping the runners out. This part of the day belongs to the young people who have come from near and far for the 5-kilometre youth race. And here they go, undaunted by the damp and cold. Here we have teams from various schools and clubs in the country, young runners who aspire to become future champions. And here is the men's leader pack, Fekadu, Kipsang and Chetkapol in the Borj Hamoud neighbourhood, close to the 25th kilometre of the race. Past the cheering stations and the water stations. On to the Zalka neighbourhood. And the 3 leaders in this pack are still running together well ahead of the rest of the other marathoners. The weather has turned again and the Lebanese elite running pack is being pelted by a very heavy downpour. It seems that the leaders in the men's field of this race will be Ethiopian and Kenyan, unless Fernando Kabada of the US can manage to stay with this pack for a longer period. Rain and some sun on the seaside Beirut Corniche as the runners move forward. This is a very special race that began 2 years ago at the Beirut Marathon, Run with Mum. Here, babies, toddlers with their mothers and fathers can be part of this exciting day by running or strolling a 1 kilometer course. This way, no one is left out of the fun on this wonderful family day of running. How much fun are they having in spite of the rain? This is one of the most heartwarming events of the day. Let's check back with our marathoners, and it looks like American Kabada is taking a slight lead over the men's leader pack. As for the elite women, it seems like Saida Kadir of Ethiopia and Mary Akor of the US are in the lead. Closely following each other and further down the course, we see the female pack has expanded to include Monica Jepkoech of Kenya. Kadir and Jepkoech seem to be running now at the same pace as we get closer to the finish line. Another fun side to the day is the newly added celebrity race, a 1 kilometer race where Lebanese and international celebrities have come together to be part of the Beirut Marathon campaign to break a negative. Here comes the Lebanese First Lady, Wafa Slimane, heading to the start of the 10 kilometer race. Back to the finish line as the first hand cycle winner arrives, and it's Lebanese Paralympic athlete Edward Malouf. And not far too behind is the second place winner Didier Chiron of France, followed by his countryman Stéphane Massard in third place. These athletes have braved some difficult slippery conditions today. What courage! The bulk of participants today is for the 10 kilometer race. There are upward of 30,000 participants in this race today, and they represent different non-governmental organizations, charities, corporations, running clubs, families, friends and individuals who have caught the running fever. This is where charities and corporate teams come together to raise awareness and funds and to spend a day of activity and fun. The atmosphere of this race is joyful, to say the least. To help organize this race, the Beirut Marathon Association enlists the help of more than 4,000 volunteers spread over the course and the start and finish lines. Lots of festivities abound around the different races today. All along the course there are cheering stations that keep the runners entertained and energized. The fun and the entertainment keep everyone in great spirits. Here we see different organizations and charities that have dedicated themselves today to keeping everyone running and happy. Running in this weather today has been a real challenge for the athletes of all ability levels. Everybody ran the wet pavements of the city. Those who are running to win and those who are running for fun and causes.
Flying overseas, flying overseas, flying overseas, flying overseas, flying overseas, back to Lebanon. We're getting ready for the Beirut Marathon. Flying overseas, back to Lebanon. We're getting ready for the Beirut Marathon. So here it comes. Are you ready for the world? Yeah. From nation to nation to every boy and girl. So here we go, here we go. Keep steady, be focused, stay ready, ready. One nation, one run, coming together under the sun. Sun, peace, one love. Carry me in your arms, say one.
And here is the male leader pack again, getting close to the finish line. Let's watch them go for this last stretch. It seems these three men are going to be the champions of the day as they get closer and closer to the finish.
That's what we do. Take it to the streets. Strap up your shoes. Hard racing. Blood shaking. We got an out in the process for the taking. Be strong now. Don't stop now. Lift your head high. Hold up the crown. Flying overseas. Back to Lebanon. We getting ready for the Beirut Marathon. So here it comes. Are you ready for the world? From nation to nation to every point, girl. So here we go. Here we go. Keep steady. Keep steady. Be focused. Stay ready. Ready. One nation. Nation. One run. Coming together under the sun. Sun.
At this point, first and second place seem to be going to Kadir Thekadu of Ethiopia and Stephen Checkapol of Kenya, now running the last stretch of this long race. And Thekadu has taken the lead at this point as he runs alone in the rainy streets of Beirut towards the finish line. Looking behind his shoulder, making sure no one is close in proximity. This is the leader today, and his win is almost guaranteed as he heads to the finish line where the cheering crowds are waiting. Behind him is Checkapol of Kenya. And here he comes, crossing the finish line. The winner of the Beirut Marathon 2012 is Kadir Thekadu of Ethiopia.